T&D Sports, an exclusive video broadcast.
As the calendar turns to late July, the playoff schedule starts to heat up. From Bill Edwards Stadium, the Orlando Monarchs take on the New York Rise on the All-Women's Sports Network. And a pleasant good evening, everybody. Alongside Adrian Clark, I'm John Perez. The New York Rise are coming off a big victory yesterday, Adrian. It was a game, quite frankly, that they needed. Got all the frustrations out, a season-high 12 runs. But the big story, Courtney Weiss, a complete game shutout.
Absolutely. She was phenomenal on the mound. She controlled her game. She controlled the pace. She found a way to get outs. Her defense had her back. The poise, going the distance. I mean, I can't say enough about how well she did.
And Michaela Transu really talked about the confidence that she was building, and it was really Weiss against herself, not against the Monarchs. But Jalen Ford today is on the mound for New York, and she's going to look to replicate it against an Orlando Monarch team that is looking to just get the bats going. And one player in particular hoping to light a spark is Dallas Goodnight.
Yeah, Dallas has taken over for Coleman. She's been a spark plug for this team offensively and defensively. When you see her in the outfield, she's going so hard. She's refusing to let any ball drop. She has just been such an impressive presence thus far.
Here's the rest of the lineup by Megan Wiggins in her first year as the head coach for the Orlando Monarchs. Both Malaulu sisters are in the lineup. Tessa is the third baseman, batting second. Devin Flaherty, the shortstop. Mac Barber at first base. Alyssa Garcia is the DP. Allie Skaggs at second base. Julia Kutsinopoulos is behind the plate. Chloe Malaulu is in right field, and Stormy Kotzelneck is out in left, rounding out the lineup for Orlando, trying to even up the series. And meanwhile, on the other side for New York, McKenna Smith has been tearing the cover off the ball.
She has. She nearly hit for the cycle yesterday. She is seeing the ball so well and controlling her pace. She's making it so hard for pitchers to find a place to put it because she's hitting everything.
McKenna Smith, 3 for 3 last night. Home run, a double, and a triple shy of the cycle. Here's the rest of the lineup. Lauren Lucas leads it off in right field. Riley Blampede at third base, and Courtney Day is the DP. Carly Spade moves from left field to first base with Smith behind the plate. Alex Brown makes her first start in the outfield. She'll be in left field. Jenna Laird in the 7 hole. She's a shortstop. Sammy Williams at second base, and Kayla Wadle is the center fielder for Michaela Transu as New York looks to take the series. And we take a look at last night. Most runs scored in a regular season game this year for the New York Rise. 12 runs on 14 hits, including 3 home runs in the 5th inning, and New York was really seeing the ball well.
They were. You know, that's the thing about this team is they've continued to be patient through the process, and that is what has allowed them to figure it out. And when they are aggressive on hittable pitches, they are really unstoppable, and that's what we got to see last night.
Multi-hit games from Lauren Lucas, Courtney Day, Carly Spade, McKenna Smith, and Sammy Williams. And top to bottom, the only Rise player that did not get a hit was Kayla Wadle, but she drew a walk, so everybody reached base, and you're just looking at 3 runs in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third, and 5 in the fourth for their run rule-inducing victory. As New York now trying to parlay that over there, and as the Rise get ready to take the field here at Bill Edwards Stadium, it'll be Jalen Ford on the mound for New York. And if there's anybody that you're looking to lock down a series, and of course with the starter, it would be Jalen Ford.
That's exactly it. Jalen Ford is so poised. Her veteran nature brings such a different element to this game when you're looking at so many young players on this team in the professional circuit, and I'm really excited to see what she can do tonight.
A little bit of a delay here as the field needs to be manicured. But there you see the New York Rise and Jalen Ford. Good crowd on hand. The Phoenix Fire is here as well as some other little leagues, and you always see good representation from the local little leagues. But Jalen Ford in her second season with the New York Rise looking to lock down the series as New York gets ready for their round-robin playoff format next week down in OKC as they take on Florida as well. New York finished in 3rd place last year. Not bad in their inaugural season, and there you see the representation. And who knows, perhaps future Monarchs and Rise in attendance tonight.
That's exactly it. I mean, what these girls get to see and at the level to which they get to see it, it's motivating, right? It's inspiring. And the smiles across their face as they get to see what really good softball looks like is priceless.
And here come the New York Rise and Jalen Ford out in the circle, and for Jalen in her last start. Pitched Friday night against OKC, went 3 1/3, gave up 3 runs on 5 hits, 5 walks, 6 strikeouts. And I think the thing with Courtney Weiss, before the 5th inning last night, she only had 2 walks. So she was around the plate, and Ford now trying to do that. And Ford, for a nibbler, has to deal with a free-swinging Orlando team.
That's exactly it. You know, she's going to have to find the zone, but do it within her game plan and the pace in which she goes. She has the ability to hit every zone and to get some swings and misses and to get people to chase. And if the Monarchs show up and they're overly aggressive in that way, this just might be the matchup that the Rise are looking for tonight.
And then New York just trying to build some confidence before the playoffs. There's a new battery of Ford and Smith, and we'll talk a little bit about this defensive alignment for New York because you get Alex Brown out in left field. Kayla Wadle gets the start in center, and she's at the bottom of the order, and Smith behind the plate, and Carly Spade there. So take a look at it quickly. And there you see, so Brown gets the start in left field, Wadle, and then Lucas, Spade, Williams, Laird, and Blampede with Smith behind the plate and Ford in the circle. Dallas Goodnight will start it off against Jalen Ford. And we're ready for a Tuesday night showdown between the Rise and the Monarchs, and the first pitch is fouled off. 0-1.
You know, that's something we haven't seen a lot is short game or people capitalizing on the short game. So Dallas, you know, trying to bring a different tool out of the toolbox tonight. I like to see that.
And Dallas was thrown into the fire right away, too. Similar to Megan Hauk, a late season addition. She comes on for Alex Coleman, the North Carolina Tar Heel. And Coleman, her season looks like it's going to be done with the leg injury. So it's really up to Goodnight, who got the start in right field last night and quickly goes down. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, as Ford gets her first strikeout of the night.
Now batting, third baseman, number 24, Tessa Malawu.
So 1 away, and that'll bring up Tessa Malaulu, who takes low for ball 1. Umpires today, Kevin Andrews behind the plate, Mario Calabrese at first, and John Cambridge at third base. And a check swing by Malaulu, and she holds it. And the count 2-0. Only 2 hits last night for Orlando. They came from Kat Rodriguez and Dallas Goodnight. Malaulu, a ground out and a line out in 2 at-bats against Courtney Weiss. 3-0. And that's just up and in. And a 1-out walk, and Malaulu is aboard for Devin Flaherty.
Yeah, Jalen looked like she rushed her pace a little bit in that at-bat. I'd like to see her slow down here and just kind of take her time.
Jalen Ford playing professionally every year since she graduated in 2016 from JMU. But still at times can look like she's speeding it up and is just tossing out there and trying to blow rise or fastballs by hitters, and sometimes that could be her Achilles heel.
Yes, exactly. She is more of a fast-paced pitcher. Like, she likes to get in and get out. But also, when you're a pitcher, you need to have good timing, and you need to make sure that you are, like, ready to explode with the same sequencing pitch to pitch.
Here's the 0-2 pitch, just off the plate, and the count 1-2.
And sometimes when we're trying to hit spots, we're tightening up, and even just that subtle amount of tightness in your hand and your fingers causes the ball to do something just a little bit different.
It's really just about keeping your composure out there and trying to slow down the moment. As Devin Flaherty behind in the count 1-2. One-two pitch inside in the count 2-2, and I'm curious, when you've got a pitcher out there like Jalen Ford and a veteran, it looks like Michaela Transu tries to keep the batteries the same, in that Smith has really been the personal catcher for Ford. As this one's chopped behind the plate, and the foul ball, count 2-2. So I'm curious as a coach how much that factors into pitchers and how you settle your lineup and the breakdown of it.
Yeah, it really is such an important component. I talked a little bit last night about the catcher being the most important position on the field. But when you have a battery and when they know the pitcher's next move before the pitcher knows the next move.
So one popped foul and just gets over the head of Blampede. Count stays 2-2.
When you have a catcher that knows the pitcher's next move before the pitcher even knows the next move, that's when you know you have something special, and you'll often see those matchups because they're able to provide additional intangibles that are necessary on the field.
Remember, Smith and Ford didn't get to the team until early June, and there's a swing and a miss. Second strikeout of the inning for Ford, and there's 2 down.
It's another game for Ford.
I love the use of the off-speed here and Jalen mixing up the zones. You can see how much she was out in front on that pitch, and beautiful job.
Mac Barber swings through the first pitch, and behind in the count, 0-1.
Jalen's going to need to harness that pitch as much as she possibly can to really keep some of these power hitters like Mac off the bases.
Barber a walk and a ground out yesterday. Has a lot of pop, 12 home runs in her graduate year at Texas A&M. Grew up in Long Beach. And the count 2-1. Mention how young this Monarchs team is. Player with the most experience, only has 3 years under her belt. 2-1. And the count 2-2. And so because of that youth and inexperience, sometimes you have nights like last night for Orlando.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
2-2 on the way. A little low, full count.
I would love to see Smith hang out down there just a little bit longer and see if that's a pitch that she can potentially snag for Ford.
3-2 pitch, way outside, ball 4. So second walk of the inning, and that'll bring up Alyssa Garcia.
And now for the Monarchs, designated player, number 19, Alyssa Garcia.
So McKenna Smith will go out there to try and give Ford a breather.
And this is exactly when you have a battery that knows each other. She knows that this is for Ford to, get a strikeout, walk someone, get a strikeout, walk someone. That she needs her to lock in a little bit more, and I think that's what she was reminding her there. Is stop trying to hit the perfect corners and throw your best stuff.
21 pitches through the first 4 batters, and here's Alyssa Garcia. And Ford starts her off with a strike, 0-1. Garcia ground out and a strikeout last night. Courtney Weiss, a complete game shutout, only allowed the 2 hits. 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, needed 77 pitches to do so. Right back to the circle, Ford snags it and flips over to first, and the inning is over. So Jalen Ford leaves a pair on, and we go to the bottom of the first. No score on the All-Women Sports Network.
The Monarchs scored no runs.
Baker Air is a veteran and family-owned heating and air conditioning company from Long Island with more than 3 generations of HVAC experience. We value our customers and take great pride in our work. We strive to make Baker Air's goal to remain fair, honest, loyal, and reliable. Our customers are the ones who keep our small business thriving. Request an estimate today at bakerair.com. College planning is a complex, multi-year journey requiring academic and standardized test success. resume building, and sensible college selection, as well as application savvy. Our college readiness services are designed to help you start early, stay organized, and navigate the critical process with confidence. With college admission and financial advising and ACT, SAT test prep, visit methodlearning.com today. With proven day programs, routines, and expert coaching, Camwood Elite is the one-stop shop to improve your game or pick up some of the elite equipment in the nation. From pro-grade game bats to elite training, check out camwoodbats.com today.
We're back at Hofstra, and so is Morgan Smith back in the circle, the two-way player from Rutgers. Won 15 games for the Scarlet Knights in 2 years, struck out 153 batters in 195 innings pitched, as Lauren Lucas will lead it off for the New York Rise. Dare I say some early fall weather here at Bill Edwards Stadium as Smith gets ready to go. She pitched last year for the Chattanooga Steam when they played part of Fast Pitch United with the Rise, Florida Vibe, and OKC Spark. And now getting the start against New York as Lauren Lucas digs in. Hitting .312 on the year, 5 home runs and 14 RBIs. And the first pitch outside for ball one. Lucas has really turned it on as of late. She's hitting .352 over her last 6 games, and Michaela Transu says she's going up there with a purpose.
That's exactly it, and she's fearless. I mean, the swings that she's taking, the way that she's reading the defense, the power in which she's hitting with, it's really impressive.
Lucas, 7 extra base hits, a .995 OPS. First professional season. And the shocker takes a strike, and the count 1-2. I asked Michaela Transu, who are we sleeping on this year? Who's the player that's underrated? And the first answer right away was Lucas, and she said that she was really overshadowed by Brooklyn Levenek. Over at Wichita State, they were a good 1-2 punch, but everybody talked about Brooklyn. And so Lucas finally making a name for herself here in New York.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And coming into this leadoff spot, I mean, no pressure, right? And she's making it look easy.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Lucas. And the count 3-2. Well, Smith has the velocity. The control has been the issue. Walking over 100 batters in almost 200 innings in her time over 2 seasons with Rutgers. 3-2, swing and a miss, and down goes Lucas for the first out of the evening.
It's your third baseman, number 26, Riley.
Defensively for Orlando, Stormy Kutzelnick is out in left field. Dallas Goodnight in center moves over from right with Chloe Malaulu. Barbara Skaggs, Flaherty, Malaulu, that's Tessa at third base. Koutsanopoulos behind the plate, and Smith in the circle. 1 up, 1 down. Here's Riley Blampede. And Riley takes low for ball 1. Blampede 1 for 4 with a run scored last night. Just her second hit over her last 3 games. 1-0, swing and a miss, and the count 1-1. One check swing, and it rolls foul, and the count 1-2. I think the interesting thing about Riley Blampede is she's sort of a Swiss Army knife in that she could play multiple positions. But this year, her bat has kept her in the lineup, and by her switching positions, it hasn't affected her at the plate.
No, it hasn't. You know, she is so versatile and so athletic. And even just in that last swing she took, she knew it wasn't quite the pitch she wanted, but she fouled it off, right? She just kind of like threw her hands out there. And athletes, like when you have that pure athleticism, you're seeing them just find ways to get it done.
2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and down goes Blampede. Back-to-back Ks to start off Morgan Smith's night.
Let's hear it for your designated player, number 15, Courtney.
Well, Orlando utilizing 4 of their 5 pitchers, or 3 of their 4 pitchers on the staff last night, and Megan Wiggins, realizing what the game was and the result was, wasn't going to go to Morgan Smith to try and salvage it, and hoping to get some length out of Smith tonight. And she delivers a first pitch strike today, 0-1. Smith 7 strikes and 12 pitches so far, and the 0-1. Off-speed pitch, 1-1.
Yeah, she's got a lot of power in her lower half, and you could see she's got some elevation in her motion, leaping off of the mound, really trying to maximize velocity here.
Left Rutgers on a high note, an NCAA tournament appearance after 2024, and peppers the outside corner. And ahead, a ball and 2 strikes. Smith can strike out the side. The 1-2 pitch. And it's in the dirt, 2-2. Well, Day has come back down to earth for New York. Started off red hot. But last night, 2 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored. After she just had 1 hit against OKC. And bangs it into the Monarchs dugout. Stay alive. When you have players that get off to hot starts like Courtney Day, I'm assuming as a coach you know that they're going to come back down to earth even though you don't hope that it is. But when they are going through those struggles, what do you look for to try and build them back up?
Yeah, you know, you're having conversations with them. You're asking them, like, what are you seeing? What are you feeling? And you're just trying to keep them steady and finding consistency in what they're seeing and in what they're feeling. I think the more conversations you can have with them to really understand who they are as a person and a player, that's what's gonna help you build.
3-2, 1 hop to third. Balaulu slings it across the diamond, and the inning is over. Morgan Smith needs 18 pitches to get through a scoreless first. We go to the second on the All Women's Sports Network.
With proven day programs, routines, and expert coaching, Camwood Elite is the one-stop shop to improve your game or pick up some of the elite equipment in the nation. From pro-grade game bats to elite training, check out camwoodbats.com today. AZ Gloveman is Casa Grande, Arizona's quality leather sporting goods provider. Softball, baseball, batting gloves, and more. AZ Gloveman caters to men's and women's slow-pitch softball markets throughout the United States. Build your dream glove today at azgloveman.com. Conveniently located in Rockville Center, Frank's Steaks is a refined but casual, authentic New York steakhouse on Long Island. Since it opened 40 years ago, Frank's Steaks has been committed to serving high-quality prime cuts of beef in a timeless New York atmosphere with a friendly, attentive waitstaff. It's this obsessive dedication to our craft that has led Frank's Steaks to becoming the local destination for special dinners and celebrations.
Couple of strikeouts and a pair of walks for Jalen Ford in a scoreless first inning as we get ready for inning number 2. She's Adrian Clark. I'm John Perez. 6-7-8 due up for the Orlando Monarchs. Ali Skaggs, Julia Koutsanopoulos, and Chloe Malau-Ulu. As Ali Skaggs will start it off from Arizona. How have you dealt with pitchers that have similar mindsets to Jalen Ford? Because she's someone who nibbles, is a perfectionist, and might not have the overwhelming speed, but relies a little bit more on finesse.
Yeah, I think that's I think that's the best part of pitching is there is no one set framework. And when you have someone like Jalen who nibbles, what you have to remind her of is you can't be too perfect all of the time, right? Sometimes it is okay to throw the ball over the plate, especially if you're in need of a strike, right? Your best stuff can still beat the hitters, right? The hitters still have to.
Scalded to left field. That gets over the head of Alex Brown and one hops the wall. Skaggs is on her horse. The throw from Brown is cut off, and it's a double for Skaggs, so the first Monarchs hit of the night.
Now batting catcher number 27, Julia.
Great job by Skaggs here, getting a hittable pitch, but really you kind of saw her pull it, right? That was a pitch up and out, and sometimes when we have those pitches, they're a little too good.
Julia Kutsinopoulos drops down the bunt. Blampede charges and throws to the covering Williams. Successful sacrifice, goes 5-4, and Skaggs goes to third.
I love that she is mixing in the short game today, you know, bouncing back, knowing that she needs more offensive production from her team. And you see how late she shows this bunt, nearly catching Blampede off balance, right? She had to kind of adjust a little bit. Fantastic bunt.
So here's Chloe Malaulu. Getting the start in right field and takes a first pitch strike, 0-1. Chloe, the older sister to Tessa, swings and misses in the count 0-2. Hit 304 over her career at Mississippi State from 2019 to 2023. Part of the SEC Honor Roll in her senior season and a third-team All-South Region selection. Pretty nice shades to boot. 0-2. And Smith keeps it in front, 1-2. Here's a 1-2 pitch, and that's fouled off. Infield continues to draw in, and Orlando just wants to put a run on the board. Here's the 1-2. Off the plate, 2-2. Get a shot after the batter, but the shadow is really creeping in. 2-2, check swing. Did she go around? Smith applies the tag, but first base umpire Mario Calabrese says that she held her swing, and the count is full.
Great job by Smith coming up and tagging her, right? And then looking for the umpire to check that.
So another payoff pitch on the way. Little roller, runner breaks for the plate. Blampede airmails it, and everybody's safe as Skaggs comes in to score, and that's going to allow Malaulu to go to second. Smith throws it down there, and Williams just laid on the tag. 1-0 Orlando. See a little indecision from Blampede. Was surprised that Skaggs was breaking for the plate and then just threw it high.
That's exactly it. She didn't quite get the read of where she was, how the ball was hit. It was a slow roller. All of her momentum and how she fielded it, a little slightly behind her, told her everything to just go to one and get the out.
So it remains one out and a runner at second for Stormy Kotzelnick, who attacks the first pitch and spoils it foul.
That's the hardest thing sometimes in our game. We need to rely on the speed and direction of the ball, what we're seeing and how we're reacting, but we also have to understand where we're positioned, right, and what the personnel is.
0-1. And that dives a little low. 1-1. pitch misses inside. You can see the frustration from Ford. It's a long walk around the circle. You noticing anything mechanical with her, or is it just a matter of missing spots?
Jalen, no, the only thing sometimes is she tightens up a little bit.
2-1 Lash foul.
But mechanically, her rhythm and the motion that she is giving, if you watch, she is doing the exact same thing every single time.
Konselnick ahead of the count, 2-1. And there's a swing and a miss. Check that 2-2, and down goes Konselnick for the second out. Third strikeout for Ford, and then we go to the top of the order.
Great job by Ford, mixing her pitches. And you can see that what a beautiful location on that. That is an unhittable pitch. And if she can continue to mix the zones in that way, we just saw it again with that pitch, she's going to be just fine.
Dallas Goodnight struck out swinging in her first at-bat. And there's a drag bunt. Spade goes to field it, throws to first, not in time. Throw from Williams to the plate in time to get Malau trying to take home base. And the side is retired. Nice job by Sammy Williams to fire it back to the plate, and an even better tag by Smith.
Yeah, what a fantastic job. You know, I wasn't sure if they were going to get that out at home because Spade at first hesitated just a little bit, but did just enough job to get it home right after she saw that that was a safe call.
1-0 Monarchs go to the bottom of the second.
Conveniently located in Rockville Center, Frank's Steaks is a refined but casual, authentic New York steakhouse on Long Island. Since it opened 40 years ago, Frank's Steaks has been committed to serving high-quality prime cuts of beef in a timeless New York atmosphere with a friendly, attentive waitstaff. It's this obsessive dedication to our craft that has led Frank's Steaks to becoming the local destination for special dinners and celebrations. At Just Bats, our business strategy is simple. Get the perfect bat for you on time, every time, exactly as you promised. We not only provide you with the baseball bats and softball bats, but we also provide you with a winning experience and a promise like nobody else. Free shipping both ways, expert customer service, same-day shipping up until 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, on time, every time, exactly as promised at Just Bats. College planning is a complex, multi-year journey requiring academic and standardized test success, resume building, and sensible college selection, as well as application savvy. Our college readiness services are designed to help you start early, stay organized, and navigate the critical process with confidence. With college admission and financial advising and ACT, SAT test prep, visit methodlearning.com today.
Grand Central Terminal, city that never sleeps. Sun's starting to set here on Long Island as Carly Spade will lead it off after Morgan Smith had a 1-2-3 inning. And now Orlando, for the first time in 2 games, pitching with the lead.
That's right. They came out aggressive, included some short game, made the defense have to make some plays.
See a lot of movement on Morgan Smith pitches as Carly Spade behind in the count, 0-1. Went 2 for 3 last night. The home run and 3 RBIs. Now hitting .316 on the year, 6 home runs and 18 ribeye steaks. Carly Spade was featured on the Danielle McCartan's show overnight. An interview that aired at 3:20 in the morning. It was obviously taped before that. I thought the one thing that was really impressive into her approach and a reason why she was so successful is she just simplified her hitting approach, which was see it and swing it.
That's exactly it. You know, if you're talking fundamentals on game day, it's probably not going to be as successful as it could be.
Head in the count 2-1. And lines it foul, 2-2. Took Spade a while to go deep for the first time this year, but finally did so against the Atlanta Smoke back on June 27th. But has hit a home run in every series since. And a 1036 OPS. 2-2 coming from Smith. Got her. Paint a picture. Nice job by Morgan Smith on the outer half to pick up her third K in 4 batters.
Yeah, you can tell that Spade doesn't necessarily agree with this call, but she did a great job of painting that picture, and that's a strike.
That'll bring up McKenna Smith. Getting the start behind the plate and resting those legs for the last 4 games. Smith hitting .583, 3 doubles and a home run over her last 6 games. Now raising her average to .304 on the season. Better late than never.
Better late than never.
0-1. High chopper, and Malaulu fields it in foul territory. And Morgan Smith ahead on McKenna Smith, 0-2. Smith only needed 18 pitches in the first inning, and it's been efficient so far. Gets the sign, and it's ready with the 0-2. Another high chopper, backpedaling Malaulu, slings it across the diamond, and retires Smith 2 away.
Let's make some noise for your left fielder, number 25, Alex Brown.
For Orlando last night, you see a 12-0 score and you think, wow, everything must have went wrong for the Monarchs, and they don't want to give up 12 runs. Fielded the ball.
They did. They did a good job defensively. You know, sometimes you just can't defend hits. At least I haven't seen it yet.
You're right. Well, and it helps too. Well, it doesn't help when New York is hitting the ball over the wall or high off the wall. And here's Alex Brown playing herself back into the starting lineup. Shot a single to left in her only at-bat last night. And ahead in the count 2-0. With the defensive emergence of Riley Blampede at third base and the rest of the infield defense set. Not sure if Brown was really comfortable at first. And lines it foul. And I'm curious as a coach, sure there was a discussion between Transu and Brown, but what are some of the difficulties of playing first as opposed to left field? And what do you think the reason for Brown playing left is?
Yeah, you know, I wonder overall if I were to compare the two, what the strengths are, right? You know, you're evaluating who's better at picking, right? Who's better at seeing the ball on the ground versus in the air.
Nice play by Allie Skaggs in a 1-2-3 inning for Morgan Smith. She's retired all 6 batters that she's faced. We go to the third, 1-0 Orlando.
Phoenix Tube is one of the world's leading stainless steel long products, with focus on ornamental and structural tubing, as well as processed flat bar. What began as nothing more than the founder's vision, the company started from very humble beginnings in 1980. 40-plus years later, the company has over 25 production lines, as well as a full line of slitting and finishing capabilities. An everyday commitment to uncompromising quality and superior customer service has enabled them to build a loyal customer base. The growth has been further fueled by continued and heavy investment in state-of-the-art equipment and technology, enabling them to remain at the forefront of the industry. As Phoenix Tube begins its 5th decade, it looks forward to a promising future with the same commitment to the principles that have guided them for these years. Learn more today at phoenixtube.com.
Little Baja Man. The Baja Men, excuse me, who let the dogs out. Double play given away. There's Alex Brown. We were talking about her last inning and some of the challenges playing left field. There's athleticism there. Brown is an infielder by trade, mostly played in the infield for Clemson at second and third base. So what traits do you see from Brown that you feel she could manage left field as opposed to maybe first base?
Yeah, I think the transition from infield to outfield is a lot easier than outfield to infield. When you see outfielders fielding ground balls when they're not used to the bounce or the hardness, it's really hard. But when you're transitioning to the outfield, it's a little bit easier.
Tessa Malaulu, 1 of 2 walks back in the first inning. Lost the first pitch foul, 0-1. 2-3-4 due up for the Monarchs, as Orlando was able to push a run across on the fielding error by Riley Blampede, as she airmailed a throw to home plate. And Ford ahead in the count, 0-2. It's now 40 pitches for Jalen Ford, 24 of them for strikes. And the 0-2. And Malaulu stays alive. Tessa finishing her career at Duke, and what a year that Duke had too. Nationally, deep postseason run. We saw Jayla Wright here for the Atlanta Smoke, and the Blue Devils. Certainly a lot to be happy about in Durham.
So much to be happy about. Marissa Young has been doing such a fantastic job and really managing and building the program from the ground up.
Always a competitive ACC. You've got UNC, Clemson winning their first conference title this year in program history. Alex Brown was a big piece of that. Ford with the 1-2, just a little inside, and Malaulu gets out of the way.
And both of those programs, honestly, newer to softball, right? They're newer softball programs that have been established from the ground up.
2-2. That's outside, 3-2.
And having immediate success, right? Doing it within a window of 8 to 10 years. I mean, it's really incredible.
Comes a 3-2, and fouled back. I thought, and maybe I might be the only one on this hill, I thought the most intriguing storyline this year, and I think the team that captured America's heart was Liberty, and what they were able to do. 51 wins, first super regional appearance. Dot Richardson, the head coach for the Florida Vibe, doing a fantastic job, and that slashed into right field, a base hit, and Tessa Malaulu picks up her first hit of the evening.
Yeah, Dot has done a fantastic job with that program and just knocking on the door to more and more postseason. And great job of firing this ball through that 3-4 hole. Spade diving for that ball, putting every effort into getting it, but just far enough away from her.
Here's another ACC infielder, and Devin Flaherty from Florida State fouls it off. And the count 0-1. The offense having difficulty last night. Do you think Orlando plays a little small ball with the meat of their order, or do you let Flaherty swing away?
You know, you saw the small ball there. I think you have to mix it up to keep them off balance, and that's something that is going to give them a little bit more of an edge potentially tonight.
Blampede creeping in from third as Ford fires a strike, 1-2. Good speed at first with Malaulu. Gets through the hole and into left field, a base hit under the glove of both Blampede and Laird as Brown goes to field it and fires it in to the second baseman, Williams. Second hit of the inning as Flaherty's aboard and Orlando has runners on the corners with nobody out.
Yeah, I love that Blampede tried to cut this ball off, but I think Jenna Laird needs to try to attack that.
It might have been deflected.
It might have been deflected, yeah. I think there's really nothing you could do with that ball. I mean, Blampede cutting it off gives you a shot at having it out. Jenna Laird getting the ball, you might not have a shot at an out. So tough play.
Tony Marie Valeriano comes out, the Queens College assistant coach, head of T2 training out in Farmingdale, and trying to calm down Ford. And I think the message is here.
Yeah, I think the message is, hey, you're throwing good pitches. You're getting ground balls, right, which is what we want. Just keep staying on the attack, right, and work to pound the zone. And then also maybe reminder to use a little bit more of the off speed.
Meanwhile, on the other side for Orlando, you got runners on the corners. You've got Mac Barber at the plate. You put Flaherty in motion. Do you try and steal an extra run? What do you do here?
Yeah, I definitely think they're going to put something on here. I think they're going to give a steal or maybe a hit and run or maybe a bunt through, maybe even a squeeze.
Well, the first pitch, Barbara fouls it back to the screen. And the count 0-1.
All right, maybe not a squeeze.
Well, defensively, they've got their middle infielders back, or at least Sammy Williams playing back, and now Laird on the baseline. With Blampede peering in at third. Ball one. You like this defensive look here?
I do. I don't know that I'd have Laird that tight. I think she can manage, getting a play home and to first. I like the second base covering so that Laird doesn't have that decision-making on her plate. But with max power, I don't know that I'd have her that shallow.
Comes a 1-2. Outside, 2-2. Flaherty continues to get a big lead after every pitch, almost as if she's daring Smith to throw it down there.
That's it. She's trying to put a little bit of pressure on the defense to make a play or make a mistake.
2-2 she is going. Pitches inside. Now she throws to third. Blampede hits the runner in Malaulu. She scores. Ball gets away. Here comes Flaherty, and she will score.
Yeah, that's exactly what we just talked about, putting pressure on the defense, putting that runner in motion. You could tell that there was a play on here, which was a fake throw to second, look to third, had her picked off. But this is what's so important in our game. You have to create a lane. If you try to throw over top of the runner or in that same path, it's going to make it really hard.
And then Ford didn't get back there to back up, and then Smith hung her head, which allowed the extra run to score.
That's it. When you start to see something like that happen, as a defender, you have to find the ball. You can't wait and be a spectator, right? You're on the field. You got to be involved in the play. I would have loved to see Jalen be a little more aggressive on getting that ball.
Feels as if it's almost a new opportunity for Barbara with the bases loaded and a 3-2 count. Pitch, and she stays alive. So some lackadaisical play from New York, and Orlando able to capitalize. Three-two. Inside, ball four. Third walk issued by Ford, and Barber is the no-out base runner.
Designated player number 19, Alyssa Garcia.
So Alyssa Garcia digs in, grounded out to the circle her last time up, and goes around. An underwater swing, 0-1.
An underwater swing, I like that.
I'm trying to incorporate new stuff. Summer, water.
Yeah.
You're not into like social media or, well, not social media, so to speak, but like YouTube content creators, any of that stuff. Do you know who Trista Paydos is by any chance?
I'm not familiar.
Okay, well, she is a personality She just had her third child. Congratulations to her. A baby boy, his name Aquaman.
Aquaman.
So I don't know if that was, something that perhaps down the road maybe, you want to tell your family or loved ones, but that's a potential name now.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
I don't know if Aqua's going to like it, though, in high school. That's, people think of the names. You have to think about your child and how they're going to be received in high school. And those formative years, kids can be really mean.
They can, but, he could have a nickname of the man.
That's true. Here comes the man. Or maybe man's the middle name.
Or maybe,
so it's just Aqua.
Yeah.
AQ. This is why I like you. Glass half full.
That is how I view life. Sometimes gets me in trouble.
That's all right. You know what? You only live once. The guy who said that, his real name is Aubrey, so. 2-1. One hop to third, could be two. Blampete goes to second for one. Williams a turn to first, a double play. But Orlando takes advantage of two New York errors and puts two more runs on the board. 3-0 going to the bottom of the third.
Baker Air is a veteran and family-owned heating and air conditioning company from Long Island with more than 3 generations of HVAC experience. We value our customers and take great pride in our work. We strive to make Baker Air's goal to remain fair, honest, loyal, and reliable. Our customers are the ones who keep our small business thriving. Request an estimate today at bakerair.com. College planning is a complex, multi-year journey requiring academic and standardized test success, resume building, and sensible college selection, as well as application savvy. Our college readiness services are designed to help you start early, stay organized, and navigate the critical process with confidence. With college admission and financial advising and ACT, SAT test prep, visit methodlearning.com today. At Just Bats, our business strategy is simple. Get the perfect bat for you on time, every time, exactly as you promised. We not only provide you with the baseball bats and softball bats, but we also provide you with a winning experience and a promise like nobody else. Free shipping both ways, expert customer service, same-day shipping up until 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, on time, every time, exactly as promised at Just Bats.
Back here at Bill Edwards Stadium, bottom of the third inning, and a 3-0 lead for Orlando, looking to even up the series against New York. And this is the last regular season series for New York before they head down to Oklahoma City for their playoff round. And Morgan Smith has been efficient. She's got 3 strikeouts with the first 6 batters that she's faced, and she'll deal the 7, 8, 9 in the lineup, and Smith has done a good job of dotting the corners and changing up the speeds.
That's exactly it. She is going right at these hitters. She's going at them hard, and she's not wasting any time.
That's what Rutgers loved so much about her. It was just her competitive spirit. She was a leader on the field. And looks like a bunny ear shoe tire.
Looks like a bunny ear shoe tire.
You were the loop shoot pull, right?
I was the loop shoot pull.
Well, different ways to skin a cat. So here's Jenna Laird, the East Meadow native and Mizzou grad. Second year with the New York Rise. And takes low for ball 1. Laird hitting .218 on the year, a home run, 8 RBIs. Went 1 for 2 last night. Drove in a run. 3-time All-SEC selection. And ahead in the count, 2-0. Smith has been economical, just 32 pitches through the first 2 innings. I think one of the cool rarities to see in softball at the professional level, you get a lefty catcher.
That's it. You know, they made the change, and I wonder if that had something to do with the battery. We saw Garcia behind the plate yesterday, and if this is just a better matchup with Smith.
Garcia, the DP, batting fifth as Laird rolls it over to first. Barbara knocks it down, and Laird's aboard. First base runner of the night for New York, as Barbara just couldn't secure it. And that's what New York needs, base runners.
That's exactly it. Laird did a great job of staying on this pitch here and hitting it hard, making Barbara have to move. Not quite enough.
A roll it an infield hit, and here's Sammy Williams. Williams getting off the snide as she takes the first pitch down low for ball one. Sammy 2 for 3 with a run scored in her first stolen base of the year last night. Now hitting .224, a couple of home runs, and 12 RBIs. Shows bunt and pulls back. 2-0. Well, with Williams squaring, Malaulu peers in from third, and now she pulls back the bunt. Count 3-0. I'm always curious when hitters show bunt. Are they bunting just to track a pitch, to try and draw a defense, or do you think Williams intent on dropping the sacrifice
Yeah,
there?
I think she intended on dropping the sacrifice there. You can usually tell based on the timing of when they show it. If she's showing it before Smith has even gotten into her windup, it's probably more for a timing mechanism. If she's showing it right about now, right before she is about to pitch, it's probably going to be a sac bunt.
Taking all the way and 4 straight out of the zone. And the rise at the first 2 hitters aboard, and that'll bring up Kayla Wadle. Megan Wiggins going out to talk to Morgan Smith. 14-year professional. Last played with Athletes Unlimited, and now in her first season was asked to be the head coach, and thought that she still had a few more innings left in her on the playing field, but has been happy as the head coach, and it's been an adjustment for her.
It has, but I think that's the thing about when you are a competitor, a professional athlete, and still being able to be involved in the sport and be able to give back in ways that it has given you, you could tell her gratitude for that.
6-time NPF selection. Graduated from Georgia in 2011. Here's Wadle. She misses the bunt and did not square, so it's ball one.
Yeah, and I think, they're going with a similar approach as to what they did with Williams, right? Looking to get a sac bunt here, but showing it a little bit later.
1-0 swing and a miss. And the count 1-1. Well, New York trying to get a couple of runners in scoring position for the top of the order. Lauren Lucas looms on deck. Smith misses low, 2-1. Two-one coming. That hits, and it's 2-2. Keep the bunt on.
Yeah, I think you do. They've showed, and every time they've showed, it's been a ball. So, not with 2 strikes.
Taps it to stay alive. Wadle hitting .280 on the season from UIC, but hitting .333 in the month of July. New York trying to break through against Morgan Smith.
Yeah, whatever. He'll get embarrassed whatever inning it is.
Comes 2-2. Hit up the middle. Smith snags it. Gets the lead runner. Laird at third. No relay throw. It's a fielder's choice. 1-5 as Laird's retired, and there's 1 away. And 2 on for Lauren Lucas.
I love the talk that this defense is having. Before every pitch, they have a pre-pitch plan, right? So when Smith got that ball back, she knew exactly where she was going with it. She got the lead out, made it look easy, almost potentially, looked for a second play there.
So here's Lauren Lucas representing the tying run. And the pitch falls low for ball one. Lucas struck out swinging to lead off Smith's night back in the first inning. New York able to put some traffic on the base paths. So 1-0. 2-0. Lucas attacks it and sprays it foul down the left field line. The thing that Transu likes about Lucas is that she's hitting to all fields and not afraid to go to the opposite way. But hits it on the ground to second. Skaggs muffs it, and here comes a run to score as Williams touches up, and everybody's safe. Lauren Lucas keeps the line moving. New York puts a run on the board. It's 3-1.
Great job by Lucas using the ground to her advantage and hitting this ball hard. Skaggs just didn't quite continue attacking it. On that type of ball, she has to keep coming through it. She had that little bit of hesitation, and when you do that, the ball is going to eat you up.
First error charged to Orlando, although Mac Barbara had it pop out of her glove too, and I'm sure that's one that she wishes she had back. Lucas is in motion and will take second base without a throw. Lucas with her first stolen base of the year, and now two runners in scoring position. And a 1-0 count to Riley Blampede. Count 2-0, and Smith will call time and get Koutsanopoulos out to the circle. Smith is the one that called time. I think she just wants to get on the same page with Koutsanopoulos. Could be exchanging signs.
Yeah, well, when you have a runner at second, usually that runner's trying to pick the signs. So maybe she was keying and Smith was like, oh, hold up. Maybe we need to do multiple signs here or mix up what we're giving so that the runners aren't able to decipher.
2-0 to Blampede. Rips it foul. 2-1. Corners pinching in the 2-1. Smith just misses, 3-1.
Good job, Riley.
Smith has the base open, but doesn't want to put Blampede on, but she will. Second walk drawn by New York this inning, and the bases are loaded for Courtney Day. As Day steps up to the plate and some activity in the Orlando bullpen, we'll see how much of a rope Smith will have in the circle. Day grounded out to third in her first at-bat, 0 for 1. And sprays it into right field, a base hit. Wadle comes in to score. Transu puts a stop sign on Lucas. Now you've got the runner in a rundown. Blampede at second, and the tag applied by Flaherty. They get an out on the play. New York gets a run, and it's 3-2 as Day will take second on the RBI single.
Great job by Day hitting this ball where it's pitched. She is working the entire field. And this miscue is kind of costly, right? Like, this is an unnecessary out to have, right, that base runner not picking her head up to take a look, and Barbara being aggressive and going after that.
So that brings up Carly Spade. Watches upstairs for ball one. Off the glove of Koutsanopoulos. Here comes a runner to the plate, and Lucas scores. On the pass ball, New York ties it up at 3. Lucas wears it and gets the high fives from the dugout. A brand new ball game.
That's right. Great job by reading that instantly. You know, when you see balls going lower in the zone or wider, she didn't hesitate in being aggressive. And Smith, she really needs to get to the backside there if she can, or at least get on the plate so that she can have an opportunity to catch the ball without it hitting the runner.
The lefty catcher, too, perhaps some difficulty getting across her body to try and frame it.
Mm-hmm.
And Spade ahead in the count 3-0 with McKenna Smith on deck. New York putting 3 runs on the board, looking for more. And that's low, ball 4. Third walk issued by Smith.
Now batting for Rise, catcher number 21, McKenna Smith.
McKenna, the 8th batter of the inning. New York scoring 3 runs on 2 hits, taking advantage of an Orlando error and a pass ball. Spade goes, Koutsanopoulos throws down, and Spade steals the bag. Day wasn't running, but now a couple of runners in scoring position in a 1-0 count. For Spade, that's her 2nd stolen base of the season. Smith skies it out to left field, but just got under it. Kolzelnik can't track it down, and the wind really took that one and threw it into the ground.
It really did. I thought she was going to be closer to it than what she was, and I think she did too. I would have loved to see her just keep running in the direction of where she last saw the ball, right? It's hard to follow sometimes, but you still need to go full speed.
Saw that the first series of the year with Kiki Malloy out in left field navigating. And for a lot of these players, it's their first time playing up in the Northeast. And Smith waves and misses in the count 1-2. You just look at this Florida-based team, a lot of the players coming from the SEC, ACC, Big Ten, and those seasons always start down south.
They do.
1-2, skips past Koutsanopoulos. Day races to the plate. The tag from Smith got her. And the inning is over, so Koutsanopoulos keeps it a 3-3 game. A pass ball and a wild pitch in the inning, but New York has tied it up at 3 as we go to the 4th on the All Women Sports Network.
College planning is a complex, multi-year journey requiring academic and standardized test success, resume building, and sensible college selection, as well as application savvy. Our college readiness services are designed to help you start early, stay organized, and navigate the critical process with confidence. With college admission and financial advising and ACT, SAT test prep, visit methodlearning.com today. With proven day programs, routines, and expert coaching, Camwood Elite is the one-stop shop to improve your game or pick up some of the elite equipment in the nation. From pro-grade game bats to elite training, check out camwoodbats.com today. AZ Gloveman is Casa Grande, Arizona's quality leather sporting goods provider. Softball, baseball, batting gloves, and more. AZ Gloveman caters to men's and women's slow-pitch softball markets throughout the United States. Build your dream glove today at azgloveman.com.
So Jalen Ford back out in the circle in a 3-3 game, and as a pitcher, how does the mentality change? There's got to be a sigh of relief, and now what's the task for Ford?
Yeah, the task is, and it's a 0-0 ball game again, right? And she needs to continue to come out, use her repertoire of her pitches, and really be aggressive in staying on the attack here.
7-8-9 due up for Orlando. Julia Koutsanopoulos, Chloe Malaulu, and Stormy Kotzelnick. Up against Jalen Ford. Koutsanopoulos laid down a beauty last time, a sacrifice bunt. In her first plate appearance. First pitch, swing and a miss. 0-1. 70 pitches for Jalen Ford through 3+ innings. And the 0-1. Bunted right side of the circle, and Ford using the glove to retire Koutsanopoulos for the first out.
Great idea by Koutsanopoulos, trying to get the bunt on the first base line, knowing that it could be a little bit harder for Jalen Ford. But it just is a little too hard, giving Jalen an opportunity to field it with her glove and flip it.
Feels like Ford's perfected that. She did that against the smoke, too. And I guess as a lefty, you just have to get rid of it quick.
You do. She also is one of the best fielding pitchers in the game, and she knows that when she makes a mistake and it's going to get hit, she's ready for the ball to come back to her.
Chloe Malaulu reached on an error by Riley Blampede and brought in the first run of the evening. Allie Skaggs was breaking for the plate. Blampede saw her, airmailed it. That made it 1-0 Orlando. They put 2 more runs on the board last inning. Ford ahead in the count, 0-2. And fisted foul. 0-2. Outfield straight up. Ford trying the off-speed pitch and dives low, 1-2. Smith, a quick sign, 1-2. Up the middle, Williams on the backhand, jump throw, not in time.
Wow.
Malaulu just legged it out, but a great effort by Sammy Williams.
What a fantastic play by Sammy Williams. No hesitation, gets the ball, jumps and throws all in one motion.
Let's see if she legs it out.
Oh,
She
just
got there.
barely.
Mario Calabrese, the first base umpire. 5th hit of the night for Orlando as Smith tries the back peg, but holds on to it. And the ball inside, 1-0 to Stormy Kotzelnick. We'll see what the postseason awards are, or if they're given out individually amongst the teams, but Sammy Williams has to be the favorite for Defensive Player of the Year for New York this year. She's been exceptional.
Exceptional. I mean, every routine play she's making, exceptional plays. She's putting herself in contention to make them.
And that's the thing, too. If she's going to get charged with an error, it's because she gets to the ball.
Yes.
Whereas most fielders don't.
That's exactly it. She always has an opportunity and a chance to make a play.
1-2 to Kotzelnick, upstairs. And the count 2-2. For Orlando, do you bait McKenna Smith behind the plate knowing that she's not afraid to throw it and put a little pressure on the rest of the fielders?
Yeah, I do think you're trying to challenge her. And the other thing it's doing is on some of these.
Skied out to left, long run for Brown. Can she track it down? No, and the wind just knocking it down. Count stays at 2-2.
On some of these pitches, she's coming up a little too soon, right? Because she's wanting to get this runner, taking part of the strike zone away, because as soon as the catcher starts to move up, it's making it harder for the umpire to be able to establish the zone of what's a strike versus what's a ball.
Smith's got a gun and not afraid to use it. There's a swing and a miss. And down goes Kotzelnick for the second out of the frame. Strikeout number 5 for Ford. And so 2 down, and that'll bring up Dallas Goodnight. 1 for 2 on the evening. Reached on an infield single back in the second. Goodnight, a little like Williams last night defensively. Got to a few deep fly balls, but unfortunately assisted on one of the home runs. That was to Carly Spade going the opposite way. Ball popped out of her glove and over the wall, but she can cover a lot of ground out there and can swing it, and Orlando has really liked what they've seen out of her so far.
Yeah, she's done a fantastic job coming in, especially, not being there at the start, right? And to play the way that she's playing, and I mean, to even be in position to rob a home run or see it or get your glove up and on it is a really hard feat. And she's making it look easy.
Ford trying to get through the fourth, and we'll have one more pitch. Chloe Malaulu, the runner at first. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out. She's going. And the pitch outside, throw down to second, not in time. McKenna Smith trying to frame strike 3, didn't get the call. And that took a few nanoseconds off the clock. And she couldn't get Malaulu out at second.
Yeah, I think she thought she had strike 3 there, but regardless of what the call is, she's got to be ready to throw, just like she was ready to throw on those other pitches. That mindset and mentality, you're ready, right? Regardless of what happens, and you can't rely on umpires to make those calls. You've got to be on it, making a play, and then if they happen to, say that it was a strikeout, no harm, no foul.
Two coming. Downstairs, 3-2. Good battle between Ford and Goodnight. This will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat. 3-3 game, top of the 4th. And we'll have a 10th. Corner's pinching in, and here comes a 3-2. Hit on the ground to third. Blampede, easy play, fires to first, and the inning is over. So Jalen Ford leaves the runner stranded at second. We're halfway home and tied at 3 on the All Women's Sports Network.
Baker Air is a veteran and family-owned heating and air conditioning company from Long Island with more than 3 generations of HVAC experience. We value our customers and take great pride in our work. We strive to make Baker Air's goal to remain fair, honest, loyal, and reliable. Our customers are the ones who keep our small business thriving. Request an estimate today at bakerair.com. Phoenix Tube is one of the world's leading stainless steel long products, with focus on ornamental and structural tubing, as well as processed flat bar. What began as nothing more than the founder's vision, the company started from very humble beginnings in 1980. 40-plus years later, the company has over 25 production lines, as well as a full line of slitting and finishing capabilities. An everyday commitment to uncompromising quality and superior customer service has enabled them to build a loyal customer base. The growth has been further fueled by continued and heavy investment in state-of-the-art equipment and technology, enabling them to remain at the forefront of the industry. As Phoenix 2 begins its 5th decade, it looks forward to a promising future with the same commitment to the principles that have guided them for these years. Learn more today at phoenixtube.com.
Bottom of the 4th inning, tied at 3. A look into the New York dugout, and you were trailing 3-0, but pushed 3 runs across on Morgan Smith. And what'd you think of the approach of New York last inning against Morgan Smith?
I love the approach. They were really doing a good job of seeing the ball deep and drawing some walks, right? I think they could have drawn a couple walks in the first inning, and it took them a little bit of time, but being able to do that puts pressure on the defense and forces them to have to make plays.
Now, there were a few base running miscues for New York last inning, but they were still able to push enough runs across, and now we'll have 5, 6, 7 due up against Morgan Smith. And second time through, now that the book is out on Morgan Smith, your thought on Smith in the circle?
Yeah, she's doing a great job, going hard, throwing good stuff. She's working around the zone at times instead of going right at hitters. But I think if she can harness her stuff and really stay locked in, she's going to figure it out.
McKenna Smith, Alex Brown, Jenna Laird, 5, 6, 7. Due up for the rise. And a 1-0. This is inside 2-0.
I think one of the things that stands out most, too, about Smith right now is she's constantly talking to the defense. She really is like having a 5th infielder out there on the infield.
2-0. And that just misses 3-0. And you're right, and having Morgan Smith on the mound, she's a two-way player. She gets it, normally plays center field, but seen as a leader. And someone that has one of the most experienced, she is one of the most experienced players on the team. That's a fair ball down the left field line, and McKenna Smith is thinking extra bases. Stormy Kotzelnick fields it and fires it in all the way to second as McKenna Smith leads off the 4th with a stand-up double.
It's a lead-off double, and that's going to bring up your left fielder, number 25.
Good piece of hitting for Smith.
That was a great job. That inside pitch, she turned on it so hard. It got out of the infield before Tessie even had a shot to really see it.
6th double of the year. And now Alex Brown with a chance to put New York in front. Brown a ground out to the second baseman. Shows bunt and misses. Strike 1. At least on that last pitch, the shortstop Flaherty went to cover third, and second baseman Skaggs went to cover first, so Smith got a little bit of a lead there. Let the count 1-1. Koutsanopoulos, that's a foul ball, but she completes the play anyway. And the count 1-2. Fortunate break for Brown.
And that's what we were talking about earlier, is just continuing to make those plays regardless of what you know, whether it's fair, foul, indifferent. Koutsanopoulos, great job back there.
One, 2. Smith fell on the delivery. Only count 2-2.
Maybe it's because of the bunny ears.
Could be, you're right. Although they look double knotted, now she's pointing to the ground. You always have to replace your divots.
You do.
And I think she just fell forward, and she's going to get a razzing from her teammates.
It looks like she's okay. Maybe her front foot got stuck. Hard to really say. Sometimes on mounds it can be very tacky because they put additional stuff there so that it remains hard to really give a nice surface for pitchers to pitch on because of the drag. So I wonder if it's just a little bit too tacky in that spot that her foot got stuck.
Kept her footing on that first practice toss. And now ready to go. And now just getting on the same page with the shortstop Flaherty. Brown was trying to lay down the bunt, but now 2 balls, 2 strikes in a 3-3 game, home half of the 4th inning. New York looking to break in front. Pitch. Swing and a miss. She struck her out, carved her up on the inside rise, and there's one away.
Great job by Smith, really getting this pitch in there, making it so hard for Brown to have any space to work with.
4th strikeout for Morgan Smith, and here's Jenna Laird. Reached on an infield single back in the 3rd. Chops it to first. Long hop for Mac Barbara. Tags the bag. Productive out as McKenna Smith moves over to 3rd, and there's 2 down for Sammy Williams.
I like the aggression from Laird, just not quite on time for that pitch. A little delayed in reacting to the inside half.
So that brings up Sammy Williams with the runner at 3rd and 2 down. And Williams attacks the first pitch, hits it to deep short. Flaherty, long throw, and gets Williams by a stride. Side retired. Morgan Smith slips, picks herself up, and dusts herself off. We go to the 5th, tied at 3.
College planning is a complex, multi-year journey requiring academic and standardized test success, resume building, and sensible college selection, as well as application savvy. Our college readiness services are designed to help you start early, stay organized, and navigate the critical process with confidence. With college admission and financial advising and ACT, SAT test prep, visit methodlearning.com today. Baker Air is a veteran and family-owned heating and air conditioning company from Long Island with more than 3 generations of HVAC experience. We value our customers and take great pride in our work. We strive to make Baker Air's goal to remain fair, honest, loyal, and reliable. Our customers are the ones who keep our small business thriving. Request an estimate today at bakerair.com. AZ Gloveman is Casa Grande, Arizona's quality leather sporting goods provider. Softball, baseball, batting gloves, and more. AZ Gloveman caters to men's and women's slow-pitch softball markets throughout the United States. Build your dream glove today at azgloveman.com.
Grand Central Station on a Tuesday night in New York. Always a buzzin'. And pretty electric here at Bill Edwards Stadium in a 3-3 game.
It is, in a beautiful fall night during summer.
New pitcher for New York is Allie Light. Comes on in relief. As Light came out of the bullpen Friday night, went 2 innings. Gave up 3 hits. And a run. No walks and a strikeout. As Mac Barbara due to hit 3rd this inning.
Ford finishes the day with 4 innings pitched, 5 Ks, 3 runs on 5 hits, and now on the mound.
Comes in for Allie Light, who went, or comes on for Jalen Ford, excuse me. Gave up 3 runs on 5 hits, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts.
I like this change. I like the timing of this change. Jalen has done a great job all game, but being able to mix it up still in a 0-0 ball game or 3-3 game, it's a very good move by Coach Michaela Transu.
Tessa Malaulu takes a first pitch strike, 0-1, a walk and a single to right in 2 at-bats against Ford. 2-3-4 due up for Orlando. Oh, 1. Scalded foul. Blampede peering in at third, and of course when you got the speed of Malaulu, not a traditional slapper, but can go the other way. Try and cut down as many strides as you can. 1-2 coming. She goes the other way, out to Brown, can't make the catch, gets over her head, and Tessa Malaulu stands into second with a double. Remember, this is the first game that Alex Brown is starting in left field in her first real opportunity, and the ball carried on her.
Yeah, she was so aggressive in going for that ball. However, I would have loved to see her have a little bit of hesitation. Anytime the ball is on a hard line drive, you have to give yourself an extra split second to see it so you can make the right first step. And she took 1-2 steps too far.
Here's Devin Flaherty, lays down the bunt, goes back to the circle. Light fires to first. Williams covers and secures the out as Tessa Malaulu goes to third.
Great job of Light fielding her position, being aggressive on this bunt. Sammy doing a great job of getting below that ball, looking it in.
And so New York has to bring the infield in for Mac Barbara. And fouls off the first pitch, 0-1. Barbara, a couple of walks against Jalen Ford. Starting to get to later stages in the ball game. Every run matters. 0-1. 1-1. Do you have Malaulu running on contact, or do you want to have her see the ball through the infield?
You know, I think you have her going on contact on anything on the ground.
Well, New York already with 2 errors today. They were able to take a run after Blampede hit the base runner coming home. Part of a 2-run inning back in the third. 1-2 pitch. That's low and away, 2-2. Two coming. Popped up, shallow left. Laird in foul territory makes the catch for a queen-size second out.
Great job by Laird getting there and staying with that ball that was tailing. And that's the person you want fielding the ball, right? Blampede trying to go back, not her ball. Jenna Laird taking control, taking charge, getting the out, and looking to see if that runner is going to try to go.
Melissa Garcia takes strike one. And with the wind vortex out there in left field too, and Brown playing deep, you're right, Laird, the only one that could have gotten that ball. A 1, 0-2. White trying to strand the runner at third. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Sets up outside. It's 1-2. One-two pitch. Hit on the ground at third. Scooped by Blampede and fires across the diamond. The inning is over. Allie Light walks the tightrope and comes out unscathed. On to the bottom of the 5th inning.
AZ Gloveman is Casa Grande, Arizona's quality leather sporting goods provider. Softball, baseball, batting gloves, and more. AZ Gloveman caters to men's and women's slow-pitch softball markets throughout the United States. Build your dream glove today at azgloveman.com. With proven day programs, routines, and expert coaching, Cam Wood Elite is the one-stop shop to improve your game or pick up some of the elite equipment in the nation. From pro-grade game bats to elite training, check out camwoodbats.com today. Conveniently located in Rockville Center, Frank's Steaks is a refined but casual, authentic New York steakhouse on Long Island. Since it opened 40 years ago, Frank's Steaks has been committed to serving high-quality prime cuts of beef in a timeless New York atmosphere with a friendly, attentive waitstaff. It's this obsessive dedication to our craft that has led Frank's Steaks to becoming the local destination for special dinners and celebrations.
Home half of the fifth inning in a 3-3 game here at Bill Edwards Stadium. She's Adrian Clark. I'm John Perez. 9-1-2 due up for the New York Rise. Kayla Waddle, Lauren Lucas, and Riley Blampede against Morgan Smith, who has thrown 74 pitches, 36 of them for strike, and all three of her runs that she's conceded unearned so far, and has been a battler tonight. Her and Ford both trading jabs.
Yeah, we've seen, a great job on both parts, defensively, making some mistakes. But the pitchers are doing a good job, right? They're rolling outs. They're making things happen. It's going to be a dogfight.
Waddle came around to score after reaching on the fielder's choice in her only at-bat. New York putting 3 runs on the board in the bottom of the third. It's our PA announcer, Rob Anderson. Sometimes he has a little too much fun. First pitch misses low to Waddle, and the count 1-0. And that pitch dotted right down the middle for a strike, and the count 1-1. Waddle playing herself into the starting lineup, would come on as a pinch runner, defensive replacement for Courtney Day over the latter 2 games against Oklahoma City. Put the bat on the ball, has been productive, and Michaela Transu still trying to figure out the bottom of her order. 2-1, rolled foul, 2-2. Smith gets the sign and comes home with a 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got her to chase the off-speed pitch. 5th strikeout for Smith, 1 away to begin inning number 5.
Great job by Smith mixing in this off-speed. Waddle just way too far out in front, not able to make any sort of contact on that pitch.
Lauren Lucas reached on an error by the second baseman, Allie Skaggs, and was able to score. Back in the 3rd inning. Hitless in 2 at-bats, and he gets a 3rd crack against Morgan Smith.
And as you get later into the game, the pitcher and the catchers and whoever's calling pitches is really trying to evaluate strategy of what the sequencing has been and what needs to be done to continue to find outs. Utilizing the off-speed more and in different counts or early in counts is what's going to help keep these hitters off balance.
2-0. That's downstairs 3-0. Lucas taking all the way, ball 4. 4th walk of the evening for Smith, and a one out base runner for Riley Blampede. And Megan Wiggins coming out. And let's see if she pulls Smith with her as well, talking to home plate umpire Kevin Andrews. And we'll get a new pitcher for Orlando. It's Aspen Wesley from Mississippi State. And Wesley, a recent signee for Orlando. Wesley just got signed a couple of days ago, so came up with the team. And the newest addition for Orlando. But she comes in for Morgan Smith, and it wasn't the pitch count. We'll take a quick break. We'll meet Aspen Wesley when we come back on the All Women's Sports Network.
With proven day programs, routines, and expert coaching, Camwood Elite is the one-stop shop to improve your game or pick up some of the elite equipment in the nation. From pro-grade game bats to elite training, check out camwoodbats.com today. Conveniently located in Rockville Center, Frank's Steaks is a refined but casual, authentic New York steakhouse on Long Island. Since it opened 40 years ago, Frank's Steaks has been committed to serving high-quality prime cuts of beef in a timeless New York atmosphere with a friendly, attentive waitstaff. It's this obsessive dedication to our craft that has led Frank's Steaks to becoming the local destination for special dinners and celebrations. Baker Air is a veteran and family-owned heating and air conditioning company from Long Island with more than 3 generations of HVAC experience. We value our customers and take great pride in our work. We strive to make Baker Air's goal to remain fair, honest, loyal, and reliable. Our customers are the ones who keep our small business thriving. Request an estimate today at bakerair.com. AZ Gloveman is Casa Grande, Arizona's quality leather sporting goods provider. Softball, baseball, batting gloves, and more. AZ Gloveman caters to men's and women's slow-pitch softball markets throughout the United States. Build your dream glove today at azgloveman.com.
Aspen Wesley comes on in relief in a 3-3 game. Home half of the 5th inning as she deals to Riley Blampede, and a recent addition for Orlando and trying to get on the same page as her catcher, Julia Koutsanopoulos, and delivers a first pitch strike on the foul tip, 0-1.
An abnormally longer timeout as you're trying to assess a pitcher that you've never caught before.
And thrown into the fire, too, late in the game. And that pitch misses outside, and the count 1-1. Wesley graduated from Mississippi State, joining Samantha Ricketts and Madison Kennedy as Blampede tops it foul. Count 1-2. Two former Ole Miss players that have gone on to the professional ranks. Or Madison Kennedy, excuse me, and the head coach was Samantha Ricketts. Comes a 1-2, upstairs. Count 2-2. Blampede will walk in a strikeout against Morgan Smith. She's responsible for Lucas, the runner at first. 2-2. Lined into left field, a base hit. Blampede smacked it into left to keep the inning going. Lucas ends up at second. And a couple of runners on for Courtney Day.
Great job by Blampede attacking this ball. She smoked that to left field.
Fourth hit of the night for New York. And here's Courtney Day with a chance to put the Rise in front. An RBI single to right in her last at-bat. She's 1 for 2. And Wesley delivers low for ball 1. 1-0 pitch. That dives low, 2-0. One. Day pops it up center of the diamond. Flaherty's calling for it. Infield fly was called. So the batter Day is out, and there's 2 away for Carly Spade.
Day not quite on time for that pitch. You saw how the pitch before, she was hovering in her load, and she didn't quite get set in enough time to be able to capitalize on those pitches.
Carly Spade, a strikeout and a walk. In 2 plate appearances, 0 for 1. And the first pitch high and away, 1-0. One-0 pitch, and that's lofted foul, and the count 1-1. Time and time again, Carly Spade has come up clutch for New York. And trying to put the rise in front. 1-1 pitch. That stays high. Count 2-1.
That's a great take. You know, when you have a take like that that's borderline, it speaks to the veteran nature to which she plays, even though she's not quite a veteran.
Second most home runs in NCAA history in the 2-1. That's outside, 3-1. If Spade could reach, McKenna Smith would be next. McKenna scorched the double to left her last time up. 3-1 count to Spade. That hits at the knees for a strike, and the count is full. Aspen Wesley trying to put out the fire and send this game to the 6th, tied at 3. Payoff pitch. Upstairs, ball 4. And so the inning continues, and McKenna Smith will step up to the plate.
Together, the bases are loaded for your catcher, number 21, McKenna Smith.
Prime opportunity for Smith, perhaps a little redemption too, for some of the fielding miscues. And watch the first pitch strike, 0-1.
You know, I like that, Aspen's first appearance out here, the defense kind of huddled up to just kind of remind her, like, hey, it's okay, you're good, stay loose.
Loosey-goosey, baby, loosey-goosey. And it just missed, and the count 1-1. That's my favorite expression.
Loosey-goosey?
Loosey-goosey.
It's a good one.
Do whatever you got to do. 1-1 pitch. On the inside corner. And Wesley ahead 1-2. Lucas at third, Blampede at second, Spade at first. 1 ball, 2 strikes in a 3-3 game. Hit in the air, shallow right. Skaggs goes out, makes the catch on the outfield grass, and New York leaves them loaded. We're tied at 3, going to the 6th.
Baker Air is a veteran and family-owned heating and air conditioning company from Long Island with more than 3 generations of HVAC experience. We value our customers and take great pride in our work. We strive to make Baker Air's goal to remain fair, honest, loyal, and reliable. Our customers are the ones who keep our small business thriving. Request an estimate today at bakerair.com. College planning is a complex, multi-year journey requiring academic and standardized test success, resume building, and sensible college selection, as well as application savvy. Our college readiness services are designed to help you start early, stay organized, and navigate the critical process with confidence. With college admission and financial advising and ACT, SAT test prep, visit methodlearning.com today.
Little dance-off and a t-shirt toss here at Bill Edwards Stadium. I think we have a little Bethpage versus, is that the Phoenix Thunder? I'm not good with the local teams here. So let's see. All right, so we're going to put you to the task. You got to judge the dance-off here.
Okay.
This is Bethpage representing.
Oh, dropping it like it's hot.
All right, strong showing from Ava.
Love the energy.
And here comes Shay representing her team, the Thunder. Shay, come on, a little enthusiasm,
Okay.
Shay. You know what that was from Ava? Ava came in with a plan.
That's
She
it.
dominated. She showed her will.
She was confident.
She was confident,
She
right?
was confident, right? There was no rhyme or reason to what she was doing. She just kept moving.
Well, they'll both go home with a T-shirt, too. The ever so diplomatic Ali Melendez. But Ava, congratulations on a job well done. And you know what? I know coaches say it all the time. You'd rather be 100% behind the wrong pitch than 50% behind the right pitch. Ava, 100% on
Ava, 100%. A+ effort.
Allie Skaggs takes a first pitch strike from Allie Light. And the count 0-1. Second time tonight that we've had a pitcher and a batter face with the same spelling of their first names. Or no, had two names in there. I'm sorry. I'm messing up McKenna Smith with Morgan Smith. You know what I'm trying to say.
I got you. I knew where you were going. I don't know if everyone else did, but I did.
That's usually how it goes. Skaggs a double to left back in the second inning against Jalen Ford and then grounded into a 5-4-3 double play. And ahead in the count 2-1. 6-7-8 due up against Allie Light, who gave up a leadoff double to Tessa Malaulu, stranded her at third. Keep it a 3-3 game. 2-1. Inside, 3-1. There's a 3-1 pitch. Lofted foul. And the count 3-2. New York in a close game for the first time in a little over 2 weeks, and that's on the inside corner. Strike 3 called. Light gets her first strikeout out of the pen, and one away to begin the sixth.
Great job by Light attacking the zone, hitting her
Entering
spots.
number 27, Julia
A little bit of hesitation by the hitter, but fantastic job pounding the zone.
This brings up Julia Kotsinopoulos. A sack bunt and a ground out. And 2 chances against Jalen Ford. And Light trying to establish the inside corner, misses inside 1-0.
You also saw the technique of McKenna Smith. She had one of her legs out, really working to get low in the zone, especially on those low pitches, working to keep them in the zone.
That pitch misses and the count 2-0. Light gets the strike. Allie Light, first year playing professionally. Out of Lexington, South Carolina, started her career at Arkansas and finished at San Diego State. Played in San Diego 2022, 23, 24. Two-time All-Mountain West first-team selection her last 2 years. Comes home with the 2-2. Ripped foul down the right field line. Here comes the 2-2. Hit on the ground to second. Williams so smooth at second base with the backhand and 2 quick outs to begin the 6th.
She's a vacuum. She doesn't miss anything.
Always seems to be perfectly positioned, too.
She does.
Carly Spade providing the vibes. Williams all business. Chloe Malaolu takes a strike. Malaolu reached on an error back in the 2nd, an infield single in the 4th, and stole second base, but was stranded there. Oh, 1. 0-2. Light looking for a 1-2-3 6th inning. Off the plate. Crowd getting into it. 1-2 on the way. Hit in the air out to right field. Going back is Lucas. It's going to one-hop the wall as Lucas tracks it down. And Chloe Malaolu is into second base with a double.
Great job by Chloe working this count, getting a pitch she can handle, and driving it opposite field.
Left fielder, number 44, Stormy Kotelnick.
Beautiful job. She let the ball get deep. She worked till it was in her zone, and she crushed it.
I was thinking double all the way as Stormy Kotelnick loops it foul for strike 1. Well, Light last inning left Tessa Malaolu stranded at third base. This time trying to leave Chloe at second base. Ahead in the count, 0-1 to Kotelnick. And the count 0-2. No 2 on the way from Light. Set up pitch outside, 1-2. Light getting the sign. Now comes home with it. And that's scalded to deep center field. Sayonara! A go-ahead 2-run home run for Stormy Kotelnick. And Orlando pulls in front 5-3.
You know, the 2 pitches before that, Light hit a nice inside corner pitch. Kotelnick did not like it very much. She goes back in, but this time she's ready for it and gets all of it.
And not much that Wadle can do as she watches it fly out of here. Just an inner part of the plate. Kotelnick with power drops the barrel. And out of the 9-hole, Orlando pulls in front. A double and now a 2-run home run. And that brings up the leadoff hitter, Dallas Goodnight. And that gets past Alex Brown into left field, a base hit. Goodnight thinking 3. Relay throw from Laird. And it's a three-bagger for Dallas Goodnight. And Orlando keeping their foot on the gas.
There was no hesitation, and this is where you can tell such elite base running. Someone like Goodnight, she knew right out of the box that she was going to potentially 3. And then you can see right before second base, as she's getting there, she's looking at where she's picking the ball up and knows that she has a chance to get in there.
We got a new pitcher. It'll be Shanice Dels. And let's take a quick break as Dels trying to keep it a 5-3 game.
At the rise of making it
With proven day programs, routines, and expert coaching, Camwood Elite is the one-stop shop to improve your game or pick up some of the elite equipment in the nation. From pro-grade game bats to elite training, check out camwoodbats.com today. Conveniently located in Rockville Center, Frank's Steaks is a refined but casual, authentic New York steakhouse on Long Island. Since it opened 40 years ago, Frank's Steaks has been committed to serving high-quality prime cuts of beef in a timeless New York atmosphere with a friendly, attentive waitstaff. It's this obsessive dedication to our craft that has led Frank's Steaks to becoming the local destination for special dinners and celebrations. At Just Bats, our business strategy is simple. Get the perfect bat for you on time, every time, exactly as you promised. We not only provide you with the baseball bats and softball bats, but we also provide you with a winning experience and a promise like nobody else. Free shipping both ways, expert customer service, same-day shipping up until 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, on time, every time, exactly as promised at Just Bats.
Shanice Dels comes on in relief and deals to Tessa Malaulu for strike 1. Mentioned the defense, Alex Brown, her first start out in left field and having a little difficulty and being thrown into the fire in a stretch run.
She is, and she's gotten some rockets out there. And when you're making that transition, you really have to make sure that you're seeing the ball. And if you do make a wrong first step, you've got to correct it within the next step.
This one out to shallow left. Jenna Laird in foul territory runs it down to make the catch. And the side is retired. But a 2-run home run by Stormy Kotelnick gives Orlando a 5-3 lead going to the bottom of the 6th.
College planning is a complex, multi-year journey requiring academic and standardized test success, resume building, and sensible college selection, as well as application savvy. Our college readiness services are designed to help you start early, stay organized, and navigate the critical process with confidence. With college admission and financial advising and ACT, SAT test prep, visit methodlearning.com today. Baker Air is a veteran and family-owned heating and air conditioning company from Long Island with more than 3 generations of HVAC experience. We value our customers and take great pride in our work. We strive to make Baker Air's goal to remain fair, honest, loyal, and reliable. Our customers are the ones who keep our small business thriving. Request an estimate today at bakerair.com. With proven day programs, routines, and expert coaching, Camwood Elite is the one-stop shop to improve your game or pick up some of the elite equipment in the nation. From pro-grade game bats to elite training, check out camwoodbats.com today.
Bryant Park, the scene, the library, a show. How about some yoga in the middle of Times Square? Trying to get some peace in the busiest place in the city.
Not something you see every day there.
I'm shocked at the participation out there and how many people want to be barefoot in Times Square.
That is not at the top of my bucket list, I can tell you that.
Word of advice? Expand your horizons. Try something new. Don't knock it till you try it.
That's true, but definitely with some socks on or something. Some sort of protection.
We'll get little by little. Baby
little
steps.
by little.
Alex Brown leads it off against Aspen Wesley. 6-7-8 due up for New York in the home half of the 6th inning. Trailing 5-3. thanks to the 2-run home run by Stormy Kotzelnick. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Little nubber. And here's Tessa Malaulu across the diamond to throw out Brown for the first out.
Not quite the contact I know Brown was looking for, but almost had a hit.
Yeah, got ahead of it. And then how about Malaulu calling off her pitcher Wesley and slinging it across the diamond? Fantastic play.
Fantastic job. You know, picking it up with her bare hand. That is the only shot she has to make that play, and she goes right into her throw without taking an extra step.
Here's Jenna Laird, the shortstop, 1 for 2 tonight. Pulls back the bunt, takes low, 1-0. New York trying to rally against Wesley and trying to put some speed on the base paths. Count 1-1. One pitch, Laird rips it foul. 1-2. Wesley used as a high leverage reliever, now on the long side. Trying to shut down New York. Trying to get through Laird, 1-2. In the dirt, good stop by Koutsanopoulos. 2-2. And Laird goes around, strike 3, 2 down.
Up in the zone, Laird caught chasing, not quite what she was looking for.
And so we'll get a pinch hitter, Sophia Nugent, for New York. Nugent coming in to hit for Sammy Williams. As Michaela Transu trying to find a little lightning in the bottle. Williams a walk and a ground out, and now Nugent steps up to the plate. Ashley Treeweiler comes out on deck too, so she would pinch hit for Kayla Wadle if the inning could continue. And Nugent takes downstairs 1-0. Nugent hitting .212 on the year, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. Went 1 for 2 with a 2-run shot last night. Was hitless in the series against OKC. (2-0), 3-0. So Wesley continuing to miss down.
Yeah, Koutsanopoulos is working real hard to try to get these pitches for her pitcher, but they're a little too far out of the zone.
Nugent taking all the way, and the pitch right down Broadway. 3-1.
And catchers have to be mindful, right? You don't want to be caught framing everything, right? You want to frame the pitches that are borderline, the pitches that you know you could potentially get the umpire to call a strike on.
Good hitters count for Nugent. 3 balls and a strike, 5-3 Orlando lead in the 6th. Inside, ball 4. And so the tying run will get to the plate as Nugent's aboard and Treeweiler will step up to the dish. Second walk out of the pen for Wesley. So the re-entry now, Sammy Williams goes to run at first base. So there's Wesley, there's Williams, and there is Ashley Treeweiler at the plate. So Nugent does her job, gets on base, and Ashley Treeweiler takes a strike, 0-1. Ashley, a pinch hit single last night, and drives it foul down the right field line. Just got ahead of it. Count 0-2. Morgan Smith went the first 4 1/3. Gave up 3 unearned runs, walked 4 5 strikeouts, and Wesley trying to get through the 6th inning with her team leading by 2. 0-2 pitch. Outside. Wesley getting the sign. Here comes a 1-2. Upstairs runner goes. Williams diving towards second. Nice throw by Koutsanopoulos, but Williams swipes the bag. Late tag coming from Skaggs, and Williams showing off her wheels.
That's a great job by Williams. Seeing, reading, reacting. Great slide getting in there. You know, earlier we were talking about when we show, and you see how she's showing the sacrifice bunt there? It's a timing mechanism. She's showing it early enough. She's not actually bunting.
Missed inside in the count, 3-2. Lauren Lucas would be next. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 5-3 Orlando. Home half of the 6th inning. Payoff pitch. And it's just downstairs, ball 4. Great at bat by Treeweiler, cold off the bench. She reaches, and now Lauren Lucas represents the go-ahead run. And Treeweiler, like Nugent, draws the walk, and Kayla Wadle re-enters.
Now batting right fielder number 28, Lauren Lucas.
So here's Lauren Lucas. Reached twice tonight. Walked back in the 5th inning and attacks the first pitch, flies it out to left field. Kotzelnick is there and makes the catch, and the inning is over. So Aspen Wesley gets out of it and strands a pair. We go to the 7th, 5-3 Orlando.
At Just Bats, our business strategy is simple. Get the perfect bat for you on time, every time, exactly as you promised. We not only provide you with the baseball bats and softball bats, but we also provide you with a winning experience and a promise like nobody else. Free shipping both ways, expert customer service, same-day shipping up until 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, on time, every time, exactly as promised at Just Bats. College planning is a complex, multi-year journey requiring academic and standardized test success, resume building, and sensible college selection, as well as application savvy. Our college readiness services are designed to help you start early, stay organized, and navigate the critical process with confidence. With college admission and financial advising and ACT, SAT test prep, visit methodlearning.com today.
Double play, trying to spark the crowd into it. Keep it a 5-3 game as Shanice Dels comes on. And let's take a look at double play. There you go. Back in your heyday, how many somersaults, backflips What are we looking at for a young Adrian Clark?
For a young Adrian Clark, well, I was a cheerleader for 9 years, so there was a lot of tumbling and a lot of backflips and back handsprings.
Okay, so you're saying you could rip one all the way down the right field line.
I mean,
back in the day.
Back in the day, maybe not the whole length, but maybe like halfway.
Okay. And you were saying you were a tumbler, not a flyer.
Well, I was a flyer when I was younger, but
Right.
then once I hit about 8th grade, I became a base.
Okay.
I hit puberty, I got muscles, and,
I gotcha.
and then I became the person throwing the flyers around.
So we all have our roles. We got to adapt to the personnel.
That's right. You got to pivot.
Here's Devin Flaherty. Behind in the count, 0-2. Hits it in the air, deep right field. If it's fair, it's gone, and that ball is foul. Just foul. Well, Orlando came all the way out the dugout, and Flaherty gets a dry run around the bases. Well, let's take another look.
Wow. It's a tough angle where we are. It looked like it might have stayed fair. She got all of it. Really hard to tell.
Mario Calabrese, the first base umpire, as Flaherty stays alive. And the count 0-2.
You know, when the balls are hit that high, it is significantly more challenging based on the pole that looks super tiny.
0-2 misses just inside. It's 1-2. Del's working quickly and a swing and a miss. And down goes Flaherty. Talk about the duality of an at-bat. Flaherty thought that she hit a home run and goes down waving.
That's the beauty about our game. It humbles you. It's consistently humbling you. Chasing out of the zone there, not the pitch she was looking for.
Mac Barber 0 for 1 with a couple of walks. Ahead in the count 1-0. It on the ground to first, knocked down by Spade. And tags the bag for the second out.
Great job by Spade staying down on this ball and using her body to keep it in front.
Designated player, number 19.
Mac hits it hard. You can see her just drop to the ground. You know, not the best read on the ball, but if you can keep your hips low and drop your knees to the ground, you're going to be able to see the ball in. You want to be able to get your eyes as close as you can to the ball, which is on the ground.
Meanwhile, Shanice Dels continuing to pump strikes. Ahead in the count to Alyssa Garcia, who's hitless in 3 at-bats. In the bottom of the 7th, New York will have 2, 3, 4 due up in their order. Riley Blampede, Courtney Day, and Carly Spade. A lot of pop, but they need base runners. And they need it to be a 5-3 game. Dels a strike away from achieving that. 1-2 on the way. Outside. And count 2-2. Two pitch. Swing and a miss. She struck her out. Carved her up. 2 strikeouts to the 4 batters that Dels has faced. And now New York will look to rally in the bottom of the 7th of a 5-3 game.
It's a 1-2-3 inning in the top of the
Phoenix Tube is one of the world's leading stainless steel long products, with focus on ornamental and structural tubing, as well as processed flat bar. What began as nothing more than the founder's vision, the company started from very humble beginnings in 1980. 40-plus years later, the company has over 25 production lines, as well as a full line of slitting and finishing capabilities. An everyday commitment to uncompromising quality and superior customer service has enabled them to build a loyal customer base. The growth has been further fueled by continued and heavy investment in state-of-the-art equipment and technology, enabling them to remain at the forefront of the industry. As Phoenix 2 begins its 5th decade, it looks forward to a promising future with the same commitment to the principles that have guided them for these years. Learn more today at phoenixtube.com. AZ Gloveman is Casa Grande, Arizona's quality leather sporting goods provider. Softball, baseball, batting gloves, and more. AZ Gloveman caters to men's and women's slow-pitch softball markets throughout the United States. Build your dream glove today at azgloveman.com.
There's double play, telling all of you to get loud at home. We just pump up the volume a little bit, and New York tries to rally. 5-3 Orlando lead, bottom of the 7th. Riley Blampede, Courtney Day, and Carly Spade against Aspen Wesley, who's trying to lock down the final 2 2/3 against New York.
It's your third baseman, number 26, Riley Blampede.
Blampede singled to left in her last at-bat, hit a scorcher over the glove of Tessa Malaulu. And watches off the plate for ball 1. Wesley working quickly. Pours in a strike, 1-1. That pitch is low, and the count 2-1. One more home game tomorrow night on the All Women Sports Network, 7 p.m. Could be a potential rubber match. The 2-1, swing and a miss. 2-2.
Blampede has been taking some really big cuts tonight, and she's just missing them. She just needs to keep her body in line with that low and outside pitch.
And scorches it down the left field line, a base hit. Blampede looking for her second hit of the day and looking for the double. She's got it. And just what the doctor ordered, a runner in scoring position for Courtney Day.
It's a leadoff double. And now batting your designated player.
Fantastic job on that inner half pitch. I was a little surprised, quite honestly, that Aspen went back in on her, considering what that last swing looked like, but she was ready for it, and that's what she wants. She's looking for something on the inner half of the plate.
Courtney Day 1 for 3 on the day, an RBI single back in the 3rd. Takes inside for ball 1.
Let's go, Court!
Last time Day was up, runners on first and second with 1 out, an infield fly. Can't hold her swing, and the count's 1-1. Day looking for that June power in late July. 1-1. Low, 2-1. Comes a 2-1 pitch. Hit in the air, deep left field, down the line. It is a foul ball.
She got all of that.
If you thought Flaherty hit it high, Day
Launched it even higher into the night.
So 2 balls and 2 strikes, nobody out, bottom of the 7th inning. Pitch from Wesley. Swing and a miss. She got her to chase. Good off-speed pitch for out number 1.
Yeah, that's textbook, right? Anytime you get a hitter that's that far, that on time or that far out in front, you really need to be able to throw something that's the opposite, which is off speed.
Here's Carly Spade, a pair of walks tonight and a strikeout back in the second inning. She's 0 for 1. Wesley gets strike 1. Spade 6 home runs on the season, 18 RBIs. And a count 1-1. One on the way. Inside. And the count 2-1. Comes the 2-1. And that misses outside, 3-1. Good hitters count to Carly Spade. New York looking for some late magic. Pitch. Lifted out to left field. Kotzelnick lines it up, makes the catch for out number 2.
Not quite enough, but she did hit it well. It looked like she just didn't get enough of it to really get it over the fence.
And just got out in front of it. Spade with some power, but just not there that time as McKenna Smith 1 for 3 on the night, a double back in the 4th inning. Blampede the runner at second. And the first pitch misses inside, 1-0. On the way. That's low. 2-0. Cut the tension with a knife. Here comes the 2-0. Popped up, foul territory. Barbara gives it a look, but it's going to reach out of play. And to the count 2-1. Well, McKenna Smith has turned a corner over the last 3 weeks. And in particular, hitting above 500 over her last 6 games. The power has been there. A couple of doubles against OKC, high off the wall yesterday. And now the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Good off-speed pitch by Wesley, and New York's down to its final strike.
Yeah, the Rise have done such a great job of battling and keeping themselves in this ball game. Being able to get the tying run up to the plate and getting 3 opportunities to get it done is impressive.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 5-3 Orlando. The pitch. Hit on the ground to short. It hits off the glove of Flaherty and into left field, a base hit. Blampede's going to round third. She scores as New York stays alive on the hard hit ground ball by McKenna Smith, and that makes it 5-4.
Great job by McKenna, hitting it hard and legging it out. Misplayed by Flaherty. Couldn't decide if she was gonna, attack it or get that deep angle, and then it just got the best of her.
So it's an error, second error of the evening for Orlando, and now an opportunity for Alex Brown to keep things going and play the role of hero. First pitch to Brown, right down the middle for a strike, 0-1. Brown hitless in 3 at-bats, a couple of ground outs, and struck out looking. Second at bat against Aspen Wesley. New York eyeing its 11th win of the year. The 1 pitch. That's low, 1-1.
You like cheering for 2-5?
Orlando needed 3 pitchers last night. Wiggins hoping that they only need 2. The 1-1 pitch. Upstairs, 2-1. This is where you get to the speed part of the lineup. If Brown can reach, you've got Laird on deck. 2-1 on the way. Hits the inside edge, 2-2, and once again the rise down to our final strike. Aspen Wesley came in back in the 5th inning, put out the fire, and now a strike away from the win. 2-2 pitch. Hit on the ground right side. Barber is there, makes the play, tags the bag, and the ball game is over. Orlando picks up the road victory thanks to a 2-run home run by Stormy Kotzelnick in the bottom of the 6th inning as they take it on a 5-4 final here in New York, and Orlando making plays when it mattered most.
Yeah, they did a great job. Aspen coming in the game, I mean, she shut them down. She worked through the nerves. The Rise also putting themselves in position to win the ball game again. I love the fight from both of these teams and the competitiveness to which they play.
Orlando with the victory, and they'll look to take the series tomorrow. We've got a rubber match, and should be a fun one here at Bill Edwards Stadium. So that's going to do it for our entire crew. For my partner, Adrian Clark, this is John Perez saying so long from Hofstra University. This has been a presentation of Fast Pitch Women's Softball on the All Women's Sports Network.